What is going on YouTube? Another video match from JD's NerdVerse. My name is JD. We are playing through today as Oddish, Gloom, and Vileplume. Oddish evolves into Gloom at level 22, and Gloom evolves into Vileplume with a Leaf Stone. Let's go over the stats real quick. Oddish, not the greatest stats, but does have one pretty good stat for early in the game for sure. HP 45, attack 50, defense 55, special in Gen 1 is 75, and speed is 30. So very good special for a first stage Pokemon. Second evolution is Gloom. Gloom's stats are 60 HP, 65 attack, 70 defense, 85 special, and then 40 speed. So a little bit more speed. And then Vileplume, we get there with a Leaf Stone. HP is 75, attack is 80, defense is 85. Special goes up all the way to 100. And then your speed is 50. So very slow Pokemon, but also got some pretty good stuff with it. And the stats get pretty well balanced later in the game. Let's move on to our moveset. Our moveset is very, I don't want to say minimal, but it's not very broad. Let's just put it that way. One is Absorb. At level 1 we get Absorb. That's the only move we have for the first 15 levels, or first 10 levels of this game. We start at level 5. Absorb is great against Brock's gym and probably pretty good against Missy's gym too. So not a bad move to have. The problem is there's no other attacking moves that we can have. Other than technically we can get Struggle. Poison Powder. We can get a level 15, 17. We get Stun Spore. And at level 19 we get Sleep Powder. So only other attacking move we actually get is Acid at level 24. And then we get Petal Dance. All these moves, by the way, are the same type of attack bonus, which is good. So it does a little bit more than what it's listed. And then the last one, 46, level 46 we get Solar Beam. We're going to evolve into Vileplume long before level 46 probably. So I'll probably have to get Solar Beam via TM level up. So I'm going over to our TM moveset. Sword Dance, Toxic, Takedown, Double Edge, Mega Drain, Solar Beam, Mimic. Those are really the only ones we're going to consider using. I wouldn't use Double Team because we have Sword Dance, so we don't need that. So yeah, I don't see any other reason for any of these other moves. Maybe Rest, possibly. I've never used it, but I've seen some playthroughs where it's been useful. Possibly Bide, since we don't have really any moves until level 24. But I think we'll get to level 24 before we get to when we would need Bide, which is against our third rival fight. My thoughts on this playthrough. Well, let me go to the rules real quick, and then I'll give you my thoughts on what's going to happen in this playthrough. Rules of this playthrough. First off, can only use Oddish in battle. This is only one exception. If we're trying to catch a Pokemon to further the game, like to get Fly or Dig, if we have another Pokemon, we might use them during that battle. Because sometimes we get over level and we just one-hit knock out everything we come across. Running clock with 3 exceptions. The one exception is Lieutenant Surge's gym. You can never get, ironically, the longest playthrough I've had so far is Zubat, and I found that on the first click, and the second click got it open. But usually I stop the time and want to go in there because it's never consistently like that. And then the second time is if we get too much stuff later. Use this around like Celadon City, and I'll just pause it, go sell some stuff, go buy some stuff, go get Fly, do some errands, whatever. And then the third option is not in this game, but if I need to get like a move from the game corner, I'll pause it because we have to sell and only get 50 coins at a time. It's really ridiculous in Gen 1 they did that, but whatever. Number 3 is no glitches. The only glitch we're allowed to use is the badge boost because it's part of the game mechanic. I do not use the Pokeball or Pokédoll glitch. I do not use Missingo glitch. Nothing like that. Alright, and the last one is no items in battle. I was watching through like quality control in one of my videos, and I forgot that I put Vulpix. I used a couple potions with Vulpix during a battle, and so you make a stead rule that I shouldn't do that. I didn't want to go back, so I just went ahead and did it in the middle of battle. I didn't want to have to faint and go start over in Mountain Moon. But it is a rule, no items in battle. We can use items outside of battle all we want, all day, every day, but no items in battle. And then, so my prediction for this playthrough, I think like early, we're going to do easy and it's going to be hard at the same time. So if we're looking at the first gym, Brock, it's going to be a breeze. Brock is going to be a complete breeze. I think we'll one-hit both of his Pokemon. We'll even one-hit all the Pokemon prior to that. Like Million Lightner's trainer in his gym will one-hit all of that. The struggle is going to be, in my playthroughs, you have to beat your rival. And the rival has Pidgey, and he has Charmander. So you have a flying type, which I think has like a advantage against us, and then a fire type, which definitely has advantage against us. We're weak to. So the only move we have at that point is Leech Life. So I don't know. This might be another run through where Struggle is going to be a very big move. It's going to help us out. But yeah, that's it. And enjoy the video. I will say this: please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Let me know what your prediction is. I think it's going to take about an hour and 50 minutes. Okay, about an hour and 50 minutes. I think we've done this enough that I can get it done in about an hour and 50 minutes. Just because of experience. I mean, Venusaur was almost 2 hours, and if I can clean that run up, I'm pretty sure I can knock about 7 to 10 minutes off of that run. So I think I can get this one done. It's going to be some difficult parts because not a lot of power points, and not a lot of moves up until level 24, and we don't have a broad TM move set either. So enjoy the video. All right, so future JD here. I just made a drastic clerical error that I've probably been making throughout these playthroughs that I'm going to correct now, and I will be very vigilant of this going forward. So if we go back to this slide right here, and we look at when Oddish learns moves, this slide is correct. We do learn moves at these levels, but only as Oddish. If we don't have Oddish and we evolve into Gloom, it changes when we learn the moves. These are when we learn the moves if we evolve into Oddish. We evolve into them at a higher level, and I did not know this. I played through, actually played through a decent portion of the game, then stopped and then restarted because I'm like, you know what, I think I just need to be more refined on this playthrough. But I played through, and I'm like I was trying to push my Pokemon to level 24. And I get to level 24 and then nothing. And then I gave him a rare candy and then nothing. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I was playing through and it was just bugging me. And then I decided to like stop and go look it up. And then I came across the fact that when Oddish levels up, he pushes back all of his learning moves. And then if you evolve into Vileplume, you can push back or even, avoid learning moves at all. And I kind of knew that, because I know, like, Squirtle back in the day, like, if you didn't evolve Squirtle, he'd get, like, Hydro Pump at a very good level, like, somewhere in the 30s, rather than, like, level 55, or Wartortle get in the 40s. But I did not quite understand it, because I've played through before, and Pokemon had not gotten moves when they were supposed to. I just thought it was, like, an error online or something. But now it makes complete sense. So if you're looking at this right now, those are the stats it would have taken to evolve into Gloom. Okay? Now, I rectify this. I fix the situation altogether. I just don't evolve Oddish into Gloom until I have Acid at level 24. Then I evolve. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that's clear. That's a clerical error on my part. This is future JD coming back and correcting what past JD said and then moving forward. Alright? So, hope you enjoy the video. See ya. What is going on YouTube? Another video coming at you from JD's NerdVerse. You already saw the prediction part of the video. Let's dive into this. We are playing through with Oddish. We're fighting Charmander right now. This is going to be a close battle, but it'll be a good one nonetheless. Go ahead and watch this, and while this is playing, I'll go ahead and shout out my socials. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel. Comment on the video. Please be interactive. It really helps YouTube algorithm. The more people are proactive on these videos, the more likely more people are to see them, and it helps the channel grow. So I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so we knock out Charmander, and I named our Pokemon I Am Groot because it looks like a little, it's a rooted Pokemon. So in this playthrough was very challenging. I would eventually say it was probably cursed. Very cursed challenge. On top of, oh man, there's went through a lot of pain with this playthrough. So I'm gonna let you watch this. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out my social, my Twitter, my Instagram. My Twitter is JD's. It's at JD's NerdVerse, and Instagram is JD's_nerd_verse. I post every time I have a video. I post on there, give you the link, all the good stuff. Plus, I also post stuff on other people's things. There's a lot of movies and TV show things I comment on. Just join the discussion. So this Oddish. So I kind of already went through this in the preview part where I went over like Oddish's move. Oddish only has one move, and that's Absorb. And the next move he gets is I don't even think it's Poison Powder. I think it is Poison Powder. It's Poison Powder. So we have a lot of moves. So I had to decide early what kind of strategy I wanted to do here. So as you're seeing here, we do not want to be fighting Pidgeys. Pidgeys are grass. Absorb is a grass type, so it doesn't do any damage. So we want to be fighting Rattatas. It'll gets Pokemon knocked out quicker. If we did Metapods are grass type or bug type. So Absorb would have very minimal, if any, damage done at all. So yeah, it would just definitely limit us. So I want to show a little bit of the fights that we were doing early, just so you know that is the strategy we were using to get through early part of the game and to level up, was to use Absorb, fight Rattatas, and then once we run out of Absorb, we can still use Struggle. Struggle's a good option to use. So right now I'm using Struggle to win this battle. One of my first battles in the game. We get the win, and then we basically get through. We go through when we fight. We skip the other two trainer. We skip a trainer, and we fight our rival battle. Not the rival battle. What did I just say there? Moon Lightyear's trainer. This battle is not hard. We have Absorb, and the first gym is a ground type. So the first gym is not the struggle in the early part of this game. The struggle in the early part of this game specifically is the fact that we don't have any movesets. Our rival has a bird, which we're weak to, and it also has Charmander, which we're also weak to. So the only way to beat our rival is to have struggle. It does enough damage. I don't even think we did enough damage here. We might do just enough damage. Yeah, okay, we get the knockout here. But yeah, you couldn't do that with Absorb. You couldn't do that with Poison Powder. There's no way to get by that trainer unless you use Struggle. And we're at level 15, so we could have beat this. We could beat this at level like 10. Honestly, Brock's a pushover in this regard. Absorb is super effective. It's a one-hit knockout across the board. But here's the problem we have with this game: is a lot of the Pokemon you're dealing with early are Poison type. They're also Grass type. They're bugs. There's birds. That's the majority of what you're dealing with. Spearows, bug type, and you're also dealing with Pidgeys. So there's not a lot of things that are like you're super effective against. There's not like a lot of rock trainers. That'd be amazing to have, because you can just one hit knock out everything. It's the same struggle that Venusaur had. But here's the difference between Bulbasaur and Venusaur. Bulbasaur had a legit deal-damaging move, like Vine Whip. It only had 10 power points, but it could legit deal significant damage. But you also had Tackle. You also have Leech Seed. So you had a variety of moves going through this part of the game. So I had to actually use Bide as a way to get through this game without having to go back and heal 100 times. Not to mention, if you look at it, Absorb, I think Absorb only has 15 or 20. It has 20 power points. That's not very much. So a move that's this early in the game, I'm very surprised that you have that many, or that few power points, to be honest with you. So very, very early struggle in this game. And you don't get poisoned very often. You can't get poisoned. That's one of the benefits of Caterpie. Or I'm sorry, Oddish. And you don't get poisoned very much. So we have to be judicious about our moveset. If we're fighting a Pokemon, if we use Absorb, can they counter that? Like there's a lot of fights in this where, for example, Zubats will wall you off. Leech Life is a bug type move and it is super effective. So we had to over level early. We had to over level massively early. We were level 17. We didn't have to be level 17 to get by Brock, but we got to level 17 because we had to over level. To progress through the game effectively, we have to be able to use. I think we get Sleeping Powder here in a little bit. At level 19, I think is when we get it. We get Sleeping Powder, and Sleeping Powder is massively helpful to get through this part of the game. This is another Pokemon right here. We don't have a super effective against. We're not super effective against Poison type Pokemon. So like that can just steamroll. If you don't have enough power points, can steamroll you, and that's another thing you had to worry about in this playthrough. You had to worry about power points. If I didn't have enough power points, I had to check power points for every battle the first third of this game. Because if you didn't have enough power points, you would not have enough power points, period, to do any damage to beat a Pokemon. And if you don't have enough health, you're also not going to be able to beat some Pokemon because you're going to have to tank some damage. You have to tank some damage in this game. So that's what we had to do. So I'm saving right now. I had to save before every fight because I was super, super concerned. Now, if you heard the intro, I had to go back and redact something I did in the first playthrough I did. I let Oddish level up to Gloom, but without getting Acid first. So, obviously that means I played through this game, or at least a portion of this game, before I went back inside to restart it. Okay? It's not against the rules that I can't restart if I'm having issues or if I realize a strategy it's later. But obviously I knew the struggle that was going to happen right here when it comes to like getting through these trainers. And I had to save before literally every trainer. I had to over level and save for every trainer, and even with the over leveling, it still wasn't that great. So sleeping powder, we use absorb. I didn't want to give Jiggly Plus the option really to put me to sleep, so I just went for the knockout right away. It would have been great for Bide. I have Bide. That's one of the few moves I can use right now. So I'm just showing some fights in here. There's not a lot of trivial fights, but what really is important is that I'm not leveling up, or I'm not evolving. I'm not evolving Oddish into Gloom. That was the real main point of all this. If we don't do that, we can get Acid, which is a stab move, same type attack bonus move, at level 24. So that was the significance of avoiding a handful of these things in Mountain Moon. We're not going to have an issue. This is grass-type Pokemon in Gen 1 are not going to have issues against a lot of the gym leaders. They're not. You're not going to have a lot of issues at all with any gym leaders. You're not going to have any issues with Brock. You're not going to have issues with Misty. You're not going to have many issues at all with Lieutenant Surge. You're not going to have issues at all with Erica. You might have a small issue with Koga. You're not going to have, well, in this case, we're poison. We are poison grass. So you're going to have issues against Sabrina. And you're also grass type, so you're going to have issues against... but by that point, you have more moves than you do early to handle a lot of these things. You get Double Edge. You can get Mega Drain. You can get a ton of other things that you can do to help you out throughout the game. So it's not as bad, but early in the game, like you just don't have a lot of struggles with the main battles in the game. It's the other battles in the game you have issues with. Because you're not super effective against anything, you gotta take a lot of damage. There's a lot of things you can do that are gonna be... Like right now, I'm fighting a Metapod, and I'm using Poison Powder to make it so I can maybe use a little bit less power points, to conserve power points. And then, yeah, Poison Powder, and this is just to avoid using as many power points as I can. Use Bide, and I'll let it dwindle down its own health. And Tackle does a little bit too. So I have to dwindle my own health. I hate Bide. You have to take damage to deal damage. I don't like that at all. I can understand a recoil moves like Double Edge and Takedown because they are higher base power. They do a lot of damage. So you're like, okay. So now I'm trying to fight this guy. I literally had to fight. I literally wanted to fight every battle in this in Mountain Moon. And the reason why I did was because I need as much experience as possible. I need to have Acid when I get out of before I take on my rival. If you don't have Acid before you take on a rival, you might as well not even fight the fight. You're not going to win. You are not going to win. Pidgeotto will outspeed you. He'll use Sand Attack. You may knock him out, but you're going to have your accuracy lowered. You may be able to replenish some of your health with Abra. This is nothing you have that's effective. But at least with Acid, it is a same type attack bonus, so you get a boost in its accuracy or its effectiveness, so to speak. And this is the strategy we had to use to take out Zubats. We had a couple of them we were optional to fight. I did fight the optional ones for just for the sake of getting the experience. And that's exactly why I'm fighting these battles. And these battles, like I said, were very, very, they're very particular about how you beat them. I won't say they were tough because in Gen 1, if you put someone to sleep, you get at least one turn without a recourse. So now we're fighting this youngster. I don't think it's youngster Joey. I think it's a different youngster in future generations. We get to level 22, and the reason why I'm showing this is I literally am like preventing us from evolving. That is the goal right here, is to straight up prevent us from evolving. So yeah, so we're, like I said, we're playing this game. We're put him to sleep and use absorb, put him to sleep and use absorb, and just wait, because Leech Life is super effective. It will replenish all the health that you're taking. It does it at a higher clip than you do. So you cannot go tit for tat with Zubat. So this guy, I wanted to fight this guy because he's grass type, or he's rock type, and we can get a lot of power points back, or a lot of health back. And they're easy knockouts. And I don't think we get another level out of it, but I think it just gives us a lot of good experience that we can get very easily. So yeah, we don't level up. And so this guy is tough because his Eradicate's pretty strong, and we don't have a lot of health. So as long as we put him to sleep, nope. And yep, okay. Replenish our. It also helps that we can replenish our health. That's very nice. And we can get a little bit of our health back. We beat him, and now we're fighting this guy. This guy has a Zubat, I believe, so that's where he's going to be tough, and a Rattata. Put him to sleep. Sleep Powder really is a little bit overpowered in Gen 1. Sleep Powder and Spore is really overpowered, but sleeping moves that put people to sleep are very overpowered in Gen 1. So, yeah. There we go. Got to whittle him down. Got to take every turn. As soon as we get Acid, all this changes, but we have to get Acid first. So at level 23, I don't want to say we're super over leveled at this point, but we're over leveled a little bit just because we kind of have to be. If we want to beat the game with Oddish / Gloom / Vileplume, this is what was necessary. So you're seeing a lot of the, I call it the grinding. I'm fighting a lot of battles, so you're seeing a lot of these battles early, and the reason why is it's necessary. It's a means to an end. I'm about to play through the Paris / Parasect playthrough, and I can tell you straight up that Paris is going to be problematic. You have to overlevel with Paris. You're not going to outspeed things. You're 4 times weak to a lot of things. Yeah, you just have to. You have to overlevel. You don't want to make mistakes and skip battles early because you want to make up time. You have to fight those battles, or else you're going to have struggles because you're not going to be high enough level. No matter how many carbs you give your Pokemon, you're not going to get to a level. Now we get Acid, thank goodness, and then we can evolve too, because there's no moves after this. We really now get rid of Bide. What are you doing? Okay, I guess I'm keeping Bide. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. So we're getting through this tunnel, and Acid isn't really doing that much now because we're fighting a Poison type Pokemon. The irony is we get a Poison type move that we can finally use as a Poison type Pokemon. There's not other moves Gloom really has that we're trying to learn. Maybe Solar Beam, but Solar Beam takes 2 turns. It takes forever to do. So now we're fighting Misty's gym, and these fights are a lot more manageable. They're a lot easier. Absorb, it's a 2-hit knockout. I'm pretty sure it's 2-hit knockout for both Pokemon. Well, let's see this here. Yep, 2-hit knockout for both. Now the next trainer, the other swimmer, they have a Goldeen who has Peck, which is technically like a bird move, I guess. So she could be problematic, but again, we are grass type. We are doing Absorb. It's going to replenish a lot of the health if she does damage anyway. There we go, and we Supersonic Mist. That's an easy 2-hit knockout. Okay. So now we should go right to this to Misty. So. And yeah, we get to Misty. Didn't even hesitate. Went right to her. And here we go. Now, she is Psychic type. So the second Pokemon. Actually, no, we're not. It's not a bug. Absorb isn't a bug move. This is not like it's a 1-hit knockout for Staryu. But if like with last playthrough with Zubat. Leech Life was a bug type move, so it's a lot more effective on Starmie, but it doesn't matter for us. Getting the knockout, one more move, knock it out, and then we're going on to face our rival. This battle doesn't really mean anything other than moving through the game. We can't use Bubble Beam, we can't use anything there, so not a lot of moves we can get from gym leaders, except for one is really beneficial. I mean, I guess Bide was beneficial for like one of the few times Bide has ever been useful. So Acid make this attack much easier. So Sleep, we use Acid. It does about half damage and get the knockout. Very good. Abra, 1-hit knockout. Very good. I should have used Absorb. Oh well. Absorb gets the damage back. Get the knockout. Very good. And now Charmander, Sleep Powder, just so we can avoid getting hit by Ember. and then we get the Toko. We get the 2-hit knockout. Very good. So now we beat him, and I honestly skip over a lot of battles in this because I want to show you the struggles of this playthrough. I don't know why I showed this one, but I always like to show these battles because just kind of showing a little bit of how good Acid is. So the struggles in this game, usually you get a lot of your struggles rectified by this point in the game because you can get Bubble, you can get Body Slam, you can get Dig. Not fixing problems with this playthrough. It's not a resolution to any problems. There's literally like no moves you can do. I went in and fought this hiker because I have Absorb. It's a 1-hit knockout no matter what he has. So it's not the end of the world. It takes 2 seconds to fight that battle. So not the end of the world. But in this part of the game, you usually have something you're getting that's going to like open the playthrough wide open where your Pokemon can get momentum. I guess you can say that you got Sleep Powder and then you got Acid. That's your momentum, I guess. But that's really not a lot of things that we're adding here. And in my original playthrough, the one I did before when I realized that, you know, I'm not getting certain moves because I leveled Oddish up too early, is you don't need to be too hasty adding moves. Yes, are they going to be more powerful in the moment? Yes, but you may need to add them later. So you need to be patient with adding moves. That's one thing I've learned about this playthrough. Is there going to be sometimes when you can get by a certain part of the game without adding this move, and you're going to have to add another move to replace it, then you're going to need that move back. So be very careful with when you add moves, and be very judicious with when you add moves. That's basically the lesson I learned in this playthrough with Oddish. Oddish was a tough playthrough. I'm straight up and honest about that. Very tough playthrough. If we had all hikers, it'd be super easy. But we don't. We don't have all hikers. We have just there's a variety, and with grass types, the variety you come across, it's very, very difficult in Gen 1 and Blue. Grass types have struggles early, and you're seeing exactly why. I haven't done my Bellsprout playthrough yet, but if you see my Bellsprout playthrough, we're probably going to have that issue too. I think Bellsprout might have wraps, so maybe we can rectify some of those issues, but for the most part, those issues that we have. And another issue with this playthrough is we don't have access to Body Slam with this Pokemon. Usually Body Slam is a move that's reliable, it's good. You can give it to just about any Pokemon, but in this case, not give it to any Pokemon. So yeah, not a good thing. Absorb, get some health back. It's not a bug move. If it was like Leech Life, it would be a bug move, but Acid should be a knockout, very good. And now we have Charmeleon. Charmeleon does have Ember, so we want to be careful not to take... Okay. One good thing about Oddish is Oddish has decent defense, and his specials is pretty good. So those are the 2 best stats that Oddish has. So now we're fighting... Lieutenant Surge isn't going to be an issue. Lieutenant Surge is kind of a pushover, to be honest with you. We have Grass type. We're a little bit over-leveled. We have Sleep. Nothing he does is going to be super effective against us, unless we screw up and get paralyzed or something. It's possible. But yeah, we Absorb can knock him out. Pikachu Absorb does more than half damage. So we're going into Raichu with full HP. Nothing he has will be effective. So Acid does about a quarter. Absorb does about a little less than a quarter, maybe 20%. And so we get paralyzed, but we still get the knockout. So very good. Now, ignore the time. Here in a little bit. Here in a minute, I'm going to tell you when to ignore the time. The last playthrough, my time was a little bit different, but I lost about 15 minutes of game time. So, after we get by the girl with the Meowth, I think is what it is, you're going to see a different time, but it is basically the same premise. The premise is that how easy the normal battles that we need to get through the tunnel are. Like, for example, the hiker with the 3 exploding Pokemon. Very easy. 1-hit knockout with a grass move. Very easy. We can move on. So you're gonna see those here in a second. So the challenges with this Pokemon again was managing power points. Now it's like we don't have anything that's a great out of this world amazing move. However, we do have moves that are more effective than just Absorb. We have Sleep. We have Poison Powder. In hindsight, I should have just got rid of... I guess that's why I got rid of Bide eventually, so... Alright, so... Yeah, so now you're seeing some of the fights in
in here, and these are the ones that I didn't get on record, basically. It's a different time, so ignore it. And as you can see on there, I actually removed Poison Powder and kept Bide on the original playthrough. This is just the one from a different playthrough. So, one-hit knockout, an Oko. One-hit knockout, an Oko. Very good. And the Graveler, it's a one-hit. Very good. Not, like I said, not a lot of trivial things going on in Rocket Tunnel, which usually there is. So now we're in a Rocket Game Corner. This is also something that got deleted in my original, in my finalized playthrough. It's just I didn't have the footage. I don't know what happened to it. I think maybe I didn't hit record. It's possible. However, I just wanted to show you that these battles we are beating these battles because we're higher level. We're getting through them with no issues. And that we actually do beat Giovanni. We don't use the Pokédoll glitch. I want to prove it to you. I don't like using that glitch. I think it's actually very important to get the 3 or 4 levels, roughly, that you can get in Team Rocket. I think it helps you progress through the game to have those extra levels. So we beat this guy. We get the lift key. I'm not too worried about the lift key. We get the lift key, and we go face Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That's what I'm naming these guys. We have Mega Drain, and Mega Drain's a one-hit knockout for these guys. Now, like I said, we also have Petal Dance at this point. So Petal Dance, Mega Drain, what's the other one? Acid and Sleep Powder are the moves that I have right now. I think this is not the normal playthrough though, so I think I'm going a slightly different route in the normal playthrough. So bear with me on that. However, we're going through these guys pretty handily. We're about out of acid, but we don't really need acid to get to the next part of the game, next trainer. We need Mega Drain. Giovanni has 2 rock types, so Mega Drain will be a very effective move. How much time do we have? Oh, we're doing good on time. Okay. So, that is what we're waiting on here. That's what we're about to have here, is the fight with Giovanni. Now, like I said, the second playthrough I did is a lot more crisp. I came across some errors, and that's when I decided to restart. Is one, the error, my clerical error that I made, not knowing that, evolved Pokemon learn moves later. So it is what it is. So there's 1 knockout. There's 2 knockout. Now I did Petal Dance. I've learned to do Petal Dance a little different too. Petal Dance, if you only have 1 or 2 Pokemon, it's great. It's like almost a one-hit knockout all the time. You'll sweep it. You'll steamroll through a team. Now here comes our first rival fight, or our what would be our 5th rival fight. Acid is a one-hit, very good. We're at level 40, so we're doing super good right now. One hit again, Gyarados, Mega Drain, replenish some health. Dragon Rage, pretty much took it back down to where it was. Bite. Petal Dance, so there's only 2 Pokemon left. I don't know why I did this. I should have just gone with Acid Ember, and okay, we got the knock. That's why I did it, because I was confident in the one-hit knockout we were going to get. So now we're fighting Erica, and we're an hour and 30 minutes in. This is a long time we're playing this. It wasn't quite as long as the Zubat playthrough. So here's what our fight against Erica looks like. Acid, she's grass type, so poison type moves are a little bit more effective. So we put him to sleep. Acid is almost, it's a 2-hit basically with Tangela and Vileplume. We put her to sleep. I'm just not risking it. I'm not putting things to chance. And we get the knockout again. Okay, so we get the Leaf Stone. We evolve I Am Groot into I Am Vileplume. No, it just stays I Am Groot. And we get Vileplume. Very good. Stats go up. So now we're back to, I think we're not quite back on track, are we? So now I decided to fight these guys. We're not going to have a super effectiveness against Koga. We're going to have issues with Koga. We don't have any super effective moves. We don't have access like Dig or anything like that. So we have to overlevel a little bit to take on Koga. And we have to be strategic and judicial about when we do things in this game. So I decided to fight the trainers in here. You get about 3 levels, roughly, when you go fight these guys. Maybe 2, 3. If you're on the slow level group, it might be 2. But 3 or 4 is on average what you get. And like I said, I like using Petal Dance because you just thrash about and you can take out all the Pokemon. pretty much in one swoop. None of these guys have a lot of Pokemon in here, so that's why it's like good to fight. The fights can be literally time-wise can be like a minute, less than 30 seconds really to finish off a good fight. So there's 1, 2 hits, and that's a knockout right away. Now we're having this guy with 3 Pokemon. Petal Dance would be a risk, but Acid's a 1-hit anyway, so it was a range. Must have got a critical hit. Acid, and then one more hit. We level up. One more hit. Petal Dance is a 1-hit knockout. Very good. It's great if you don't have to worry about the next Pokemon. It would be really horrible if you use Petal Dance and it will confuse you and that carried over. So I like to play a game where if you do stuff like that, if you get your like defense lowered, your defense stays lowered until like the effects wear off or something, and like rolls over to every battle. That'd be pretty cool. But okay, so now we're gonna try to face Koga again, and we save it, and we're facing Koga. I think we had to go get Swords Dance. So let's see what happens with this. I need to see the moveset real quick. We did not get Swords Dance, so we're gonna use Sleeping Powder. Do it one more time. We're gonna use Takedown. I use Takedown because I'm gonna have to remove Takedown at one point. I'm gonna have to delete Takedown at one point for another move later. But Takedown is usually never a good move. Honestly, it's not that great a move. So the best thing to do with Takedown, and this is what I like to do with Takedown, is I'm gonna use it in place of Double Edge. Later, I'm gonna have to delete a move, and I'll probably have to add Double Edge back for like the Elite Four at some point. So this gives me a move that I can use. I don't have to use Double Edge right now because you can only use it once. You don't have more than one Double Edge. So Takedown is kind of like a poor man's Double Edge, so to speak. So that's why I'm using Takedown is in these situations. So Takedown does about a quarter. My health is high enough that it shouldn't be an issue. And we get the knockout against the Poison-type Gym Leader, which we's going to have a huge effect on us. So now we fight our rival. Same thing with our rival. We have Takedown. And let's see the moveset here real quick. So Sleep. Okay, we have not added Swords Dance yet, so I guess we're going to go roll the dice on trying to get through without having to add Double Edge to all this. Sword Dance. So Acid is a knockout. We haven't taken any damage yet, which is good. Gyarados comes out, and Gyarados, put him to sleep. We should put him to sleep. Very good. And use Petal. We should use Petal Dance. Why are you doing that? Petal Dance. Well, we don't want to get confused. Never mind. That's why. I remember this now. I didn't want to get confused. Okay, so now put him to sleep. Poison type should be a 1. Oh, it's not a 1 hit, but it's 2. It's 2 hits, so we get most of it out of the way. Now we're facing Charizard. The question with Charizard is, okay, so we take down. How much damage does it do? Okay, I can probably do one more. Now I didn't want to risk it. I'm doing well. He's asleep. Let's do Acid, knock him out. Another takedown might have been pretty bad. So, all right, so we get to basically get to Giovanni, but now we're fighting his little Slacky. So hopefully this steam rolls through. It's a 3-hit. Is it a 4-hit? Oh, we didn't need the 4th hit. Okay. So we beat Team Rocket member, and now we're facing Giovanni. Giovanni is not going to be difficult. He's got mostly ground type. He's got ground and poison. So the poison could be bad, but we're also poison, so we're not going to have super effectiveness. He's not going to poison us or anything. So sleep. And so the whole goal of this, the way I did it, was I didn't want to have to use the badge boost glitch because I didn't want to rely on it. If you look at it, I'm very over leveled right now because I didn't want to have to rely on the badge boost glitch. That's basically what the concern I had was. So I did not want to have to use the badge boost glitch just to get through a part of the game, and then I might have to delete it in the future. I got it saved so I can use it when I need it. It's basically what it comes down to. So we're using... Yep, there we go. We get the knockout with Petal Dance. So now we're facing Sabrina and her whip. Sabrina is... This could be a tough battle. Let's just keep that in mind. It could be a tough battle. What scares me is if we get outsped. So Psychic, look how much Psychic just did to me. So now we're going to have to restart this. Okay. So now we're going to have to do this again. So let's go back. We're going to reload it. Right back to where we started. We're going to try this again. We'll see if we get one sleep off. That might be the turning point in this battle that we need. And we're not getting that attack off, are we? So we finally get him put to sleep. It's a knockout. Now the thing is, we deleted Mega Drain, so we don't have the ability. Actually, I don't think I taught Mega Drain. Let me rephrase that. I think the footage I showed you where I had Mega Drain, it was the footage that I from the first playthrough. I didn't finish it because I came across so many issues. I thought I'd just get a cleaner run and restart. So I didn't add Mega Drain yet. And the reason why I didn't add Mega Drain is, okay, so I lost here. I might have to add Mega Drain to replenish my health. That might be what the strategy here is. So item. Well, first I'm going to heal myself. Go into battle with a little less than normal health. We'll see if that does it. I'm showing you a lot of the losses. I usually don't do that. Usually I skip over the losses, show you the wins, and explain the struggles that I had. So right now we're fighting Abra, and we put him to sleep because I guess we outsped there. Suddenly we all of a sudden outspeed. Acid's a knockout for each one. Sleep powder. I think acid will get the job done, but I think takedown would have been a one hit. And the last one, Alakazam, with full health. What will Alakazam do to us? Don't want to do sleep. Okay, Psywave is very good because it's a garbage move, but we'll take it. So Acid, 2-hit knockout, very good. We get by Sabrina and her whip, and now we're facing Blaine. Blaine is going to be very tricky. I'm pretty confident Blaine. We had to add no, we still had not done that. Okay, I was gutsy. I'm trying to remember when we added Swords Dance. Must be when we got to Elite Four. So Sleep Powder, Acid, 2-hit knockout. Now the question is, are we going to outspeed the rest of the Pokemon? That's my question right now watching this. So we do outspeed. As long as we outspeed, we're fine. And Acid's a 3-hit, very good. We have full health right now. So that's the tricky part, is how full is our health. When we get a retroactive potion by Blaine, it's funny, he always do that. That time makes sense. He just made my thing not true. So one more, we get to knock out. I don't remember if we had multiple playthroughs. I'm not playing the main one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now on to the last gym leader, aka Giovanni, aka an easy gym leader for a grass type Pokemon. Petal Dance is a 1-hit. Doug Trio, it's a 1-hit. Nidoqueen, I'm confused now, so it's I guess it's a Toko, it's a 2-hit. And I'm confused, so great, that's awesome. Got the knockout, and hopefully this can knock out the next 2 Pokemon. Okay, so that is a 3-hit. Now, am I confused, or did I get the final Thrash out of that? So that's a 4-turn Thrash. Very good. So it beat Giovanni, and now we're facing our rival. Our rival is going to be very tricky. We just faced him a couple minutes ago. So we do have higher level. We do outspeed, which is good. So Acid. Luckily, Sleep Powder, we go first, which is great. If we didn't go first, it would be problematic, for sure. And I'm going to put him to sleep again. No, I'm not. Okay, why am I not doing that? I should have just put him to sleep and used Acid as much as possible. So it's a 2-hit knockout on the Execute. Groot is thrashing about. Gyarados will get no, he won't get the final Thrash. I was hoping to get one more. Sleep. Hurt myself in sleep. Do we lose this battle? I think we might lose this battle. No? Okay. Petal Dance or Acid? Acid to avoid ourselves from getting confusion again. And now we snap out of it. And we only have 2 more Pokemon after this. So we level up, which is good. And Sleep. Acid. It's getting the damage done that we needed. And one more. And now we just have one more Pokemon if we outspeed the Charizard. Charizard has very good speed, and we don't outspeed the Charizard. So, what does that mean? Is we basically outsped everyone except for Charizard. So either A... So we're going to try this again. Maybe get a little bit better luck and see if luck was the issue or if there's a grander issue here. Sleep Powder, a little bit different this time. We actually took a little bit of damage from Pidgeot, and he damaged us again. So not a great start. Not a great start. Sleep powder. Sleep powder again. We miss. And he doesn't get a horn drill off, but he tries. So we're having a lot of problems with the sleep powder this time. So we're going to go fight. We're going to try acid. Yeah, acid does literally nothing. So acid literally does nothing. So there's kind of no point doing acid. I think that's what I wanted to find out. Execute. It's a 2-hit. Gyarados is Pedal Dance. It's a 2-hit. And then we got Alakazam again, who he might outspeed us, or he's close to it. Psybeam does a decent amount. And yeah, we get Psychic, we get knocked out. So I've not used my rare candies yet. At least I believe I have not. So we're gonna see if I gave those rare candies to my Pokemon this time. So 55, no, I have not used my rare candies yet. I might have used 1 or 2, but not all of them. And we're doing okay this time. We didn't take any damage. We put Mega Drain in place of Pedal Dance because I'm tired of it damaging us. So Pedal Dance isn't going to do much in the Elite Four anyway, so it's not a big deal losing it. And what it also does, it gives us the ability to replenish a lot of our health. Pedal Dance does not do that. In fact, it actually diminishes our health because it can confuse us and damage us. So, alright, and okay, so now we're at not quite full health, but higher level, higher full health. So Psychic doesn't knock me out, but gets close. Acid. Okay, so the question is again, are we going to outspeed Charizard? Nope, and he knocks us out. So this time, I think I added Mega Drain and I added the rare candies. Yes, so we're at level 60 now, so we should definitely outspeed every one of these Pokemon. Every single one. So I decided to use Takedown, take out Pidgeot, because I can use Mega Drain on Rhyhorn and replenish pretty much all of my health, if not most of it. So now we're at Execute. Acid we should just use Acid, but putting it to sleep is good. Oh well, putting it to sleep makes sense. Now we don't have to worry about taking damage. So a little bit more, get our health replenished. Put Gyarados to sleep. Very good. Use Takedown. You're seeing a lot of the struggling battles in this. So that's really like showcasing like the real playthrough. It's the struggle, it's the struggling battles that you have to have when you play through. So Alakazam outspeeds us. So either we're on a speed tie or he straight up just outspeeds us. That's not good, but I think Alakazam's speed is way higher than Charizard, so that's really the benefit. So Charizard outspeeds, but we're more tanky now because we're higher level. So we don't get knocked out, and we're able to actually maintain the battle and beat Charizard. We're at level 60 now. We're going to the Elite Four, and I have a strategy for everyone. We'll see if it pays off. So I'm giving that last couple rare candies to Oddish. All right, so here we go. Let's see how this goes. This is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun here. So Lorelei, we are weak to her because we are ice, but also she has some water type Pokemon, so we can do some things to her. So first thing, we put him to sleep. Mega Drain. Dugong is asleep. Takedown. We can replenish a lot of this damage with Cloyster. So that's the point of doing that, is we can replenish a lot of that damage with Cloyster, and they use a Super Potion anyway, so it's perfect. So now we're going into Slowbro without taking any damage at this point. It's very good. So now we need to knock him out. Very good. Now we're going into Jinx. Jinx uses Ice Punch. Not a big deal. It could have been a big deal if she'd have froze us, but she didn't. So very good. She's technically psychic, so Acid actually works pretty well against her. So Lapras, as long as we don't screw it up, we should be able to knock Lapras out pretty handily. And one more move, perfect. We get through Lorelei, not too much of an issue, even though we are very weak to her. Bruno, we don't talk about him much, but Bruno is kind of a walk in the park, so to speak. Alright, Bruno, you glorified hiker.
Alright, so now Mega Drain, one-hit knockout. Very good. And two-hit knockout with takedown. We can replenish the health after we knock these guys out. Not too worried about that. And here's what's different about this run rather than the other run I did. I'll just tell you this. I got rid of Acid pretty quickly and just went for a lot of grass-type moves like, Solar Beam, things like that. Not as effective. Acid was a much better play, much better move. So, yeah. And, yep, we knock out Bruno. Bruno's not ever an issue, really. I've yet to have a playthrough of Bruno was a big fat issue. He's not. He's never been an issue so far, knock on wood. I'm sure we'll come across that one Pokemon. So now here's where strategy comes in. So now we are going to be adding the move Mimic. And we're going to be replacing, I think we replace, it should be Takedown. So I'm trying to decide what move to remove here. Yeah, Acid, okay. Yeah, we should be removing Acid. And the reason why I'm going this route, is the strategy here. And what I'm also going to be doing right now is removing, it should be Takedown. Yep, so remove Takedown. And the reason why I remove Takedown is if I want to, I can still teach Double Edge. So the whole goal in this, I gotta get the rare candy, I gotta do the elixir, I gotta do my health and everything. Let's get fully up there. And we're gonna give a rare candy. I don't know why I didn't do the power points. Am I gonna do the power points? Is that why I'm pausing here? Maybe I'm saving. Probably I'm saving. So the strategy here is we have Mimic. We also have a sleeping move. So none of our grass moves are going to be very effective against ghosts. Neither our poison moves are. But what we can do is get confused. What we can do instead is if we can get Gengar to go to sleep, we can mimic. Actually, use Swords Dance, I guess, but we should mimic Dream Eater. Okay, and yeah, well, we missed that because we fell asleep. He woke up. So we use Dream Eater, and we replenish all of our health for the most part, and Sleep Powder again. Now this is very contingent on Sleep Powder working to our advantage very well, but one-hit knockout, very good. Haunter, Dream Eater, very good. We have full health again, like I said. Arbok, Sleep Powder, doesn't do anything, but we'll try it again. Sleep Powder, and Screech actually does the badge boost, which is good. And then the last one, Gengar, we've got to get him to fall asleep. Use Dream Eater. It's a two-hit knockout, so just got to make sure we don't get, just make sure it doesn't wake up. Very good, very good. We get through this. So that's three up, 3 down. Now we're facing Lance. Strategy with Lance is, first off, put Gyarados to sleep. Then put Gyarados to sleep, if he can go to sleep. And then we're going to mimic, mimic Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is a very powerful move, but we want to get him back to sleep real quick. The reason why is I want to do the Swords Dance to boost our attack. And I think I'm going to try to replenish my health too. So I'm going to try, maybe we're just going to try to sweep the team. That might be what the thing is. Now, here's where learning the game mechanic is very helpful. This battle right here, these two Pokemon right here, Dragonair. In the game, so I'm going to pause this for 1 second. In the game, the Elite Four has what's called good AI. So they're going to look at what you are, and they're going to say, oh, okay, you're a poison type. This is the most effective move against poison type because you're poison, so Psychic works against it. Okay? So they see that, and that's why they keep spamming Agility. Okay? It's the most effective move they have, even though they don't distinguish between status moves and stat moves and attacking moves. Okay? So I didn't know this in the playthrough with Zubat, and I took advantage of that with this one. So that's why getting my health diminished against Gyarados wasn't that bad of an issue, because Dragonair, both of them, are just going to spam Agility. Okay, they weren't going to use Slam, they weren't going to use nothing else other than Agility. So that gives me the opportunity to replenish all my health. So here I'm going to turn it back on.
going to replenish all my health so that I'm prepared for the last 2 Pokemon. I didn't do that with Zubat, but I didn't understand the game mechanic until a little bit more about the game mechanic until then. So very nice, very convenient thing about the game. And Hyper Beam is a one-hit knockout. Is it a one-hit knockout on the Dragonite? It is a one-hit knockout on the Dragonite. So knowing the game mechanic, and Dragonite wouldn't attack me either, because Dragonite has agility or barrier. So now we're on to the Champion. Champion is going to be tough. I don't remember if I added the moves or not. I think I just might just go in with the moves I have. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm doing. So Sleep Powder. We're going to use Sword Dance. We're going to boost our attack. And I guess we're just going to use Mega Drain. Now, I got very frustrated here, then very happy and elated here. You're going to see why. Alright, so put him back to sleep. No, he's going for Sky Attack. So, gives us time to get this set up. Very good. Mega Drain, very good. Now, this is where I kicked myself because I did not give myself more power points, and you're going to see why here in a minute. I probably should have mimicked Psychic off of Alakazam. It would have been a bad idea either. But I was trying to get to a certain Pokemon to mimic a move. Okay? That was the goal. So I thought I was going to have to go back to my last save point and redo this battle, and it wouldn't happen in under 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I was getting really mad. So now Mega Drain, we can heal ourselves. That's not an issue. Executor, we put it to sleep. We still have the badge boost on, so our attack's boosted, all of our stats are boosted. So now we get to the point where I'm just like, I need to keep working on. I'm just going to whittle him down. The next Pokemon is Gyarados. If we can just get to Gyarados, we can mimic Gyarados' Hydro Pump. And then this happens. He wakes up, he falls asleep. Then we got a Mega Drain. Oh no. I literally was like, audibly yelled, no! We're completely out of moves. Swords Dance will do nothing. Sleep Powder will just keep him asleep. So the only move we physically can do is Mimic. I really thought, I was like, I might as well just restart now, but let's play it out and see what happens. So, I literally was like, audibly yelled, no! I was like Darth Vader and or Anakin Skywalker at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And I just yelled, no! So I like, let's Mimic Stomp. It's the best option we have move-wise. So we take Stomp. We have 11 Stomps left. And I was just so upset. I really was. But we got the knockout. So I'm like, that's good. Okay, now we still have Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder is very useful. It's going to avoid us from getting hit, so very good. Stomp was a one-hit, so I'm like, okay. Oh, is this a one-hit for Charizard as well? Can it be a one-hit? It's a one-hit for Charizard. I got very excited about that because I thought legitimately I was going to go back and refight this battle. And I'm like, I'm going to have to get rid of Mimic, get Double Edge or something, so I have 2 attacking moves until I get to Gyarados. So I don't have enough power points to get to Gyarados. So I was elated when I got that. So now, like I said, we go all the way to the beat the whole game, get it done under 2 hours and 30 minutes. Not quite as long as it took to win the game with Zubat. But we won the game nonetheless. I'm just going to pause it right there. So this playthrough, 2 hours and 30 minutes, way off my projected. I thought I was going to get done like an hour and 12 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. I think if I played through it one more time after beating the entire game, I'd know exactly where my struggles are going to be. But it's the struggles with this Pokemon are just like, you're just very limited. It's a very limited move pool. But I will say this, though it is frustrating, I do have joy out of the frustration because it's solving a puzzle. I like solving puzzles, getting it done. 13 hours and 45 minutes, that's not accurate. I paused it and left and went away. And if you don't close out of the thing and don't have it like up and if you have it up and running, it runs time behind you. So yeah, this was a very frustrating playthrough, to say the least. I'm starting to grow an opinion on like what types of Pokemon are good in Gen 1. And flying and now like grass types are really some ones that don't have a lot. But I want to thank everyone for watching and made it this far. Give me a like, comment down below what you think. Let me know what you think of the layout. I actually have a little bit of a more up-to-date layout that's a little bit nicer in the next video, the Paris one, so I think you'll enjoy that. But I want to thank everyone for watching. And have a good one. See ya.